You want savagery? Here's something that the French government, those traitors, suppressed. The French government committee had heard testimony that France suppressed news of gruesome torture at the Bataclan massacre. Okay, so those Muslims, they went in and they tortured the victims on the second floor of the club. Police witnesses in Parliament said they vomited when they saw the disfigured bodies. Wahhabist killers apparently gouged out eyes, okay, castrated victims, cut their balls and cock off, and shoved their testicles in their mouths. They may also have disemboweled some poor souls. Women were stabbed in the genitals, and all the torture was, victims told police, filmed for the Islamic State propaganda. For that reason, medics did not release the bodies of torture victims to their families. Investigators said, for the propaganda. The families didn't even know. Prosecutors claimed that the reports of torture were a rumour, on the grounds that sharp knives were not found at the scene. They also claimed these people should be hanging from lampposts. The prosecutors involved, the politicians, the leaders of the EU, they should be hanging from lampposts and not by the legs. It's absolutely insane. There were, of course, beheaded people and all that, but you just expect that, that's not that big of a deal with these Muslims. Elsewhere, the investigators say women were sexually tortured, stabbed in the genitals, their eyes were plucked out, people were decapitated. These savages, these subhumans. I'm not above this behaviour anymore for revenge either. We should go tenfold. For every one of us, 20 of them. Drop a nuke on the country. I don't care anymore. It's beyond that. And these people, Holland, Cameron, they're as bad, they're worse. I hate them more than I hate ISIS. They're the enemy. They are my enemy. Not ISIS. ISIS they're doing all this at the will, by consent of our supposed elected leaders. These owl-faced traitors. These servants of another state. Just came out today, Hillary Clinton's taken ridiculous amounts of money from the Middle East. It's just been another day today, of course, and another Islamist attack in France again. And on the same day, it has been announced that Hillary Clinton has been taking enormous donations from all sorts of little Middle Eastern interests. Absolutely typical. This woman, this whore, who would wallow for a term or two promoting her self-interests on the back of the institutional machine of government that she sucked dry her entire life, this foreign agent, just like the current president, another foreign agent. What will it take? How long will it take for people to actually wake up and actually fight for what they believe in? And to stop just listening to the real enemy. Again, I'm not talking about the Islamists. The real enemy. The media, the politicians. The enemy within. Ask yourself how long you're willing to sit idly by as these faceless men and women in suits stand in an office only to pass bills for the Arabs whenever they decide to pass a little of the mountains of gold over here. How long will you take the destruction of your own people, educated in the schools, endorsed in the media, and implemented by the selected to be elected officials? What will it take? We've had mass murder, we've had rape, we've had explosions, beheadings, cutting off genitals, gouging out eyes, stabbing women in the genitals, rape, I already said rape, sorry, child molestation, sexual grooming gangs. Does it have to come to the gas chambers before European people actually stand up and say no more? Not to the terrorists, not to the mosques, but to the governments, whose responsibility it is to take action in the defence of its own people. But none of this can ever come about without getting a hold, a firm hold, of the people responsible for it right now. The talking heads, the university professors, and the politicians. All should be tried and held accountable for what we're seeing in Europe right now. This didn't happen by chance. It was a certainty. They were told by us, by people like me, that it was a certainty, and that they elected to do it. And they elected to do it anyway, while smearing us as racists, xenophobes. Words that, in the wrong hands, are no better or less offensive than calling somebody a nigger or a kike, or shouldn't be anyway, for what the word encompasses and what it puts on to another person. But they'll just throw this around like they used to throw around nigger and kike, because these are the type of people that would have used it once. Not the people they accuse of being racist or xenophobes, pushed out of their neighbourhoods, family raped, family groomed, attacked, assaulted. Then they react, and they're the guilty party. These are all the unmistakable signs of traitors in a treacherous country. And any government without responsibility or accountability is no better than any tyrannical regime that you could name me. It's the spirit of tyranny, the way